Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's definitely too early for me to be recording content, but I just woke up. It's around 8 a.m. where I live, and I just saw an article that is devastating. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is allegedly getting a reboot. I am shocked. I do not want this to be true. I have several opinions and thoughts to say. Firstly, I will read to you directly from the source. Love B. Scott, all credits go on to them for this article. We'll go through this article and then we'll go through some Twitter reactions. So buckle up. Exclusive Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot in the works. Production is demanding fresh new peaches after disastrous season. Out with the old, in with the new, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is all but officially getting a complete makeover. Sources exclusively tell LoveBscott.com that production made the call to recast the entire show at some point during the taping of the season 15 reunion. A source close to production tells us that Bravo is beyond thrilled with the reception of the recently rebooted Real Housewives of New York, so they're fully on board with production's decision to recast RHOA. The network is also very pleased with the upcoming seasons of Potomac and Married to Medicine. Casting for fresh new peaches is already underway. We're told production has been quietly reaching out to managers and agents looking for new girls. There is no interest in bringing back any old faces either, not Portia Gubadia nor Kim Zolciak. While production is looking for all new peaches, it is possible that one or two peaches stick around as friends, similar to the revamped Real Housewives of Miami. It all depends on how casting goes. It's possible that RHOA could go on a brief hiatus to give them the extra time to get the casting just right. As we've previously reported, RHOA has been notoriously difficult to cast, which is the only reason why a few current housewives have gotten peaches in the first place. The shade. Both Bravo and production are concerned with fan feedback that this has been the worst season of the show in a long time, if not ever. Sources tell us that several of the later episodes were re-edited to try and make an entertaining show, not to show favoritism towards any one cast member. Kenya Moore has been very vocal about production allegedly cutting her storyline and editing her salon event out of the final episodes. But our sources say that the reason Kenya's event wasn't shown is because it was dry and nothing happened. Even with nearly the entire cast in attendance, and might I add my personal twist on it, the entire cast and more. But I digress. Let's continue. As we've previously reported, Kenya's RHOA salary is quite hefty, and Kandi Burruss is the highest paid housewife across all franchises. The network could get an entirely new RHOA cast for less than what they pay either Kenya or Kandi. To put in perspective, both ladies are making around $100K per ep. The entire cast of the RHONY reboot are making that around for their first season. That's just one more reason as to why production and the network are down for rebooting the show. With rumblings of a new RHOA making the rounds, we wouldn't be surprised to see more of the ladies airing out their grievances on their way out the door. As always, we here at LoveBscott.com will keep you posted on the latest and not so greatest tea coming out of Atlanta. The barely 2-part Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion begins airing this Sunday. Will you be watching? Let us read together what the fans are saying, shall we? First up, someone here with the name Salva Cambrain says we do not need a cast reboot, we need a production reboot. Production destroyed this season. I couldn't agree more. Reboot, fire production, not the cast, except Courtney. I agree. Reboot, someone's happy about the news. If this reboot is true, this is what killed RHOA. Neatney and Kenya's ego, Candy's stubbornness, when to move on from people, no authenticity, etc., etc. I don't care what B. Scott alleges, a RHOA reboot is absolutely not the answer. Demote a few peaches, bring back old peaches, and cast successful influencer tech girls. But a full RHONY-inspired reboot? No. The sad part about RHOA is that it really does not need a reboot, it just needs the old cast back. LOL. This is what happens when fans of a franchise complain too much. You get the RHONY reboot. Hashtag RHOA. So the reboot need ain't true. B. Scott, when I see it's on side, for real. RHOA. Production needs a reboot as well. RHOA. It's sad about RHOA allegedly getting the reboot it needs. I hope Reboot news isn't true because it's essentially production scapegoating the cast. They decided to bet on Sheree being the lead and us finding Marlo to be interesting, sympathetic. They cut scenes we wanted to see. Production needs a pink slip. Whilst I'm totally happy with this, these reboots will be the death of Housewives. RHONY is good and has potential, but the low viewership will kill these shows, whether they're good or not. RHOA does not need a full reboot. Bring in new production, duh. Keep Kenya, Drew, and Sheree. Bring back Portia and bring on women who are actually friends with them. People who love Candy can watch her spin-off, Sonia, Marlo, and the pathetic excuses for friends of can go. I blame the fans. A full reboot was not needed. RHOA fans are always asking for things they later regret and honestly in distraught and done with Bravo. Well, if this is true, then you can say that RHOA is basically over. Reboot the production team before thinking about rebooting the cast. B. Scott is reporting that producers of RHOA are gearing up for a full reboot. Ratings are good and are nowhere near pre-reboot RHONY levels. A full reboot makes no sense when all it really needs is new production and just a couple new peaches. Hashtag RHOA. All the people who stopped watching RHOA since Nene and Portia left, hearing about the reboot, well, now comes a part where I give my personal opinion, and in my opinion, this is a complete flop move. RHOA does not need a reboot. RHOA needs definite new production. It needs better payment. And if that's the case, that the network wants to save money, I mean, try to negotiate something with the housewives. Try to, lower the pay a bit. See if everybody's cool with it and just keep on moving. Bring back Cynthia, bring back Portia, bring back Eva. Give Claudia, Shamia, and what's her name? LaToya a chance. Fire Courtney. She brings nothing. Might as well fire Sonia. She's not that interesting, even though she did really grow on me. We need space for these storylines that the fans are used to play out. We need conflict resolution. Ask Phaedra back. Imagine the viewership that would increase for the episode that Phaedra and Candy would have a sit-down conversation. It would single-handedly save a whole season of Atlanta, if you ask me. I, at this point, don't care if someone wants to film or not, or, refuses to do that with anyone. I mean, they all get very nice checks, and let's not forget that those, scandalous people and moments that happened way back are the things that truly put the show on the map. And it's clear that production has something against Kenya, if you ask me. They are definitely favoriting Candy a lot more than her. Her whole business venture thing was cut out completely of the show, and I just cannot see why. And in that article, for the sources close to production to tell Love B. Scott that it was dry. And then if you read the to be continued text of the finale for Kenya, how shady they worded it, it's almost as if they are phasing her out. And it's the same treatment that Nene got. And they definitely do not need to reboot. I mean, if they are going to reboot the show, it's going to be the beginning of the end for the whole Housewives franchises overall, because RHONY is good, it has potential, but who is to say that the next reboots are also going to be a success, and who is to say that viewership is going to increase on RHONY? I mean, they have numbers that are atrocious for the beginning, and I get that they need to, build viewership and build, fandom, but still, Atlanta scored about 800 to 900,000 viewers an episode, roughly every single episode almost for this season. Those are not reboot worthy numbers. That's insane. And I hope that Andy says something to debunk this, or people come out to confirm this, because I want to know, who is this source? Who is it? I mean, is it just some bitter production that cannot really fathom having the feedback that even fans are noticing that how effed up production is this season? I mean, I love Marlo, but how are you going to show the archive with Scott Lee showing up for his first time and then you just cut out the important stuff with Kenya? That does not sit right with me, even as a Marlo fan. And if anyone important of the production team or the network team is listening to this, maybe, who knows, under my 20 people that watch me, my suggestion for the next season of Atlanta is have Kenya as a full-time housewife alongside Drew, alongside Sheree, alongside Portia, alongside what's her name, Marlo, and alongside Cynthia, and consider bringing back Shamia, Latoya, Akila, Kenya's friend, as a friend of. Demote Candy to a part-time housewife if she still wants to be on the network to make a nice check, but definitely, I'm not here to stop anyone's bread and butter, but if the budget is not budgeting, then just, distribute the money a bit more fairly to all the women, and maybe cut down on Kenya and Candy for a bit, but then also for them cut down on their workload. Give them not that many episodes that they need to appear in. And also bring on, I don't know, Kim Zolciak as a friend of. Give her a few pennies so she can embarrass herself on screen with the OGs, no newbies. Ask Lisa Wu for a few scenes, maybe, I don't know. And at the end of season 16, tease, I don't know, a sit down between Phaedra and Candy as a final episode. I don't know, something like that. Pay her a good amount of money with Candy to resolve things once and for all. But anyways, you guys, I will, in my Housewives rant with G, episode probably 9 or 10, that I will upload in tomorrow or in the next couple of days, I will talk about this in a more free way. I tried to be as structured as I can today, but I'm kind of all over the place with this news, to be honest, because it makes me shake a little bit and makes me wonder what future we have ahead of us with Atlanta. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to never miss out on content from me, moi, in the future. And I will definitely see you guys later. Bye.